Hello, and welcome to another episode of Dave's Guide to IT. So today's episode is going to be something a little bit different again. I'm going to talk about personal experience of an interview I just did recently. So whilst going through some of the internal adverts and expressions of interest that were available within stats, which I often do for my team, I pass them on where it's relevant. I came across one that I thought I'd be really interested in myself. So the Future Information Management Project came along and ticked all the boxes for me. Really something I'm interested in, passionate about what they're trying to achieve out of the project, and I think there's a real need for it to provide benefit to everyone at Stats. These things don't come along very often, so I was really keen to try and get on board with this. So I put in my expression of interest. In this particular case, it wasn't attaching a CV, so I didn't put up my CV, but it was an option for a cover letter, which I filled in, following all the guidance I covered in my previous episodes. It went fairly well. I got myself into an interview. Ready for the interview again. I did my preparation work. I did a bit of research on the project, did a bit of research on current state, where we're trying to go, looked at some industry best practice, get as many different examples as I could from different places. A video I came across while I was doing my research was actually an internal presentation that I found on Stream that was organizational wide. And I was really impressed by how well this video broke down all the details, covered quite a complex set of situations, and explained it in a really well informed but fast moving. The whole video, I think, is about 9 minutes, 10 minutes. Really good. Really explained things very well, and I was a big fan. During the interview, I praised this video several times, mentioned it, mentioned the person who'd done it. Shout out to Leonie, excellent work. And generally speaking, went through the interview, went pretty well, answered all the questions. It was a fairly short and tight interview, but I think I covered off most of the stuff quite well. And then post interview, had a sit down, get some feedback, which again, I always recommend if you're given the option, sit down, get that feedback, find out where you did well, where you didn't do quite so well. So I was not successful with that interview, which again, it goes to show you can go in, you can do your research, you can have a great interview. It's not always going to go your way. And it didn't for me in this particular case. But still, I felt good in that I knew I'd done all the preparation work, I'd done everything I could, I gave myself a decent showing. And I think it went down reasonably well. And again, the feedback lined up to that. It was, you were a fairly strong candidate. You covered off all the areas that we needed. We would have been happy to hire you. Just there was somebody else who applied who just was that bit better than. I have no problem with that. It's something I've had to give feedback on myself. It's one of the hardest things when I've been doing the interviews myself, is get those people who they're great, they absolutely can do the job. You know that they could have done a good job, but just in that particular time of the interview, there was just somebody else who just edged it out. Um, as it happens, since after the fact, I don't know how many people applied. I don't know the full details, and obviously that's something which is confidential, so I probably won't ever know that. But obviously, I know who the successful candidate was, and it was Leonie, the person who had done the video. Which, again, if you're going to get beaten by somebody, beat by somebody you referenced in your own interview as an example of great job. So yeah, can't have any complaints about being beaten to that one. But a development I've had in the last couple of weeks, which again just goes to show the importance of taking that feedback, sitting down with people, having the conversations, and being professional in how you handle this stuff, is that the project actually approached me again, going, look, we've actually got another position coming up as part of the project, working with Leonie, and would I be interested in that? Long story short, I was. So as of the 1st of March, I will actually be starting off as the project manager for the Future of Information project at Stats. So I'm really happy to be part of the project. I'm really glad things worked out and I have an opportunity to be in there as well. I'm going to be working closely with Leonie, which again, I don't know that well yet, but from what I've seen, I'm 100% confident it's going to be a good working relationship. I think it's going to be a really good project. We're getting some really good people, and again, it's so nice to have a project where you can pick and choose. There's been stuff coming through, and picking one of those projects that I really feel passionate about, I really feel will make a difference, and you don't get many of those come along. That's a really big project that really has that kind of impact. So I'm really keen to get started on that, and it's just the 1st of March, which is not far away at all. So I'm really looking forward to getting my teeth into that. I'd love to share with you the video that Leonie did, the presentation. I think it's an excellent example. At the minute, I can't really share it without just checking with Leonie, checking with others. It is obviously an internally prepared presentation. If you are somebody who works at Stats and you happen to be watching this, then you can go onto our stream page. Highly recommend checking it out. Just search for Leonie and Future of Information Management project presentation. You won't go wrong. It really sums up what the project's trying to do and where it's trying to go. It's a great video. I will talk to Leonie. I'll see if possibly if there's a more broad video version which I can share publicly, in which case I will do so. I think it's a great example for presenting, especially to senior stakeholders and senior management. It's informative. It covers the stuff. It does a great job. So some exciting stuff coming up. A bit of a change to my job role. It'll be the first time in a long time I'm not actually going to have any direct reports myself. It's going to be project management, which again is quite different from some of the stuff I've done. I've done a bit of project work, but it's been kind of as a side. So this is going to be a very formal project management process. So I've got a lot of upskilling to do myself, which again I'm excited for the challenge, new stuff to do, and really looking forward to getting into it. So I think that covers pretty much everything, but just that one thing of, again, takeaways from this. It's always good to go for something if you're genuinely passionate about it. If you can get that passion across in the interview, even if it doesn't work out for that one, sometimes other doors open up. People keep you in mind. That happens to be the case this time around. It's not always going to be the case, but I guarantee if you weren't going in, you weren't passionate, you weren't doing it, then you wouldn't be getting the follow-on opportunities. It's surprising the stuff that comes in, and some of it is luck, being in the right place at the right time, 100%. But if you're not got that right attitude, you're not doing your preparation, you're not going into everything, giving it your best, then those opportunities definitely won't happen. So really got to stick to it. And if you're going to praise somebody in an interview and they get the job over you, that's fair enough. You don't have any complaints. I have to say it's probably the only time I've done an interview where I've spent about probably 10% of the time complimenting somebody else's work. Um, but hey, I guess it worked out in the end. All right. Thanks very much, guys. As always, please do leave a like, follow the channel, hit the subscribe. It really helps get it out there. I'm still looking for a lot more people who are looking for that mentorship, getting in. I'm happy to talk to people, happy to do some of that mock interviews, help you prepare, get it in there. Drop me a line, contact me, and we'll see what we can do. All right. Thanks, everyone. See you next time. Hey, guys. Just want to do a quick update. There's been a lot happening. It's been a bit of a delay in putting the videos up. I want to make sure I talk to the team, talk to everyone else, obviously, before we put it up. And there was a slight delay in getting the contract sorted out, so I wanted to make sure all of that was done before I put this video up. Still working on getting the video from Leonie. Hopefully we're going to get a version at least out to you guys to have a look at. I think it's a really good example of how to present a complex series of technical stuff in an easily digestible format, and it really comes across with the objectives of why we're trying to do what we're doing. Just starting the project, so really busy at the moment, but please still reach out. I'll make time, try and help people where they need it. It's going to be my first time in quite a while sitting outside of a technical IT role. This will actually be sitting in a project management section, so that's quite different from me, but I will still obviously be IT focused. The project I'm on is very heavily involved with IT, and
I'm still happy to mentor, support, and work with it. The other part is obviously my day job, as it were, that I'm seconded from, will be going up for a job advert, and I'll post that link as well, probably on LinkedIn for anyone who's interested in applying for that. We're looking for some really good people, got an excellent team of people to work with. Stats as well is a fantastic organisation, so it's a really good opportunity. It's a 1-year fixed term to cover my secondment. I strongly recommend, if you've got an interest in moving up into that management stuff, or if you've got a lot of experience elsewhere and just looking for a good place to work on that next challenge, take a look, definitely check it out, and that's it for today. Cheers. Thanks, guys.